Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome to Market Psychology 101, where we look for value in the markets when there's fear and are cautious when there's greed. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the top altcoins and cryptos available on Coinbase. I'm going to be going through the top 10. So, quick look at Bitcoin and then onto Ethereum, Doge, Link, AVAX, XRP, Solana, Cardano, MATIC, DOT, and ICP, Internet Computer. So, we are taking a look at my favorite crypto fear and greed index, the one with all the wonderful advertisements. You can sleep out of your car and if you invest in the crypto and get yourself a cat petting chart. So today we are at crypto, we are in extreme greed. We jumped up to 80 recently, went back down, and now we're going even higher. And why wouldn't we be? Because today Bitcoin has made a new all-time high. So if we take a look at the last year, we've been trending up and we've been going up since then. Now, here you can see fear was sort of a leading indicator. Even though that was the bottom on the fear index, we didn't bottom truly until November. That's when the FTX sell off happened, including last time when crypto stayed up in this greed area. That was not the true top. December 2020 was when when Bitcoin was making new all-time highs from its prior top in December of 2017. So once it surpassed those all-time highs, the true top was around April of 2021. I can show you that on the rainbow chart. So December, that was here. That's when we were getting over prior all-time highs. And this was the true top. Most of the altcoins ran till here. And yes, there were some that ran and topped over here. This was the true top of Bitcoin, and now we have just made new all-time highs today. So if this is a mid-cycle top, I would expect greed to jump down from its spike into the greed index where we are up really high. I'd expect it to come down. Or if we are going to stay in greed, like I showed you on here before, if we're going to stay here and accumulate, then further highs are probably coming within the next few months. So either we're spiking down or we're staying up here. So taking a quick look at the Bitcoin chart, let's take a look at the all-time high today. And there you have it. We technically made a new all-time high by a few dollars there. Here we really jumped above it. And if we take a look, how high did we get? Somewhere around 70,000 and $76. So from that peak right there, we sold down about 5.5%. That's very normal for crypto. It's usually even more. And we have come back up. And does this not look like we're going to be testing and possibly really breaking through to new all-time highs? So if you are new to the crypto market and you are starting to see videos on YouTube or the news, and you're seeing a lot of exciting things about crypto, I do have to caution you guys. You are getting in when the markets are hyped up and when we are at extreme greed. Be cautious when we are at extreme greed. And on my channel, I promote that time in the market is more important than timing the markets. The last 2 years was the time to be dollar cost averaging in, not right now. So maybe you're looking for some last second plays. I will show the charts, see what might be able to have a good, deeper value area to buy for some altcoins as we take a look at this list. But guys, I feel like this just has to be said. You are pretty much doing educated gambling here because Bitcoin, it does not stay up for very long. And when it comes down hard, whether from 17,000 down to 3,500, up here at 65,000 to 30,000, 70,000, down to 16 to 20,000. So do be careful. Maybe it'll run up by the summer, get somewhere up to, I'm just taking a look at that orange box there, somewhere around 120 to $160,000. If we are to have an early top this summer before interest or before rates start to get cut, I think that would be probably the peak of the market. Things are looking like they're in a bubble right now. I promise I'm getting to the coin soon. When we have stuff like Nvidia just going up an insane amount, as you can see right there. Let's take it off log. That's how crazy one of the top stocks in the world has been. And as far as rate cuts, I'm going to finish here and then move on to Ethereum. Rate cuts, the red lines are rate cuts after being held higher for longer. This was the COVID crash. A lot of people think a recession was going to happen around there anyways. This is the dot-com bubble. That was the first rate cut from higher for longer, and then the eventual bottom. This is the first rate cut, eventual bottom. The bottoms were about 20-ish months after the fact. Anyways, we're going to get to Ethereum, I promise. Something to keep an eye on, Bitcoin dominance. We are testing prior yearly highs. If this goes up a little bit and then crashes down, once Bitcoin dominance does one of these and crashes down, and if you look at the bottom where the dates are, this was the true bull run for altcoins. By January 8th, that was the peak. After that, we sold off hard. This was the true run. What did I say? Until May. That's when we went from 65,000 to 30,000 after. This was the true bull run for alts. So if we get similar style sell-off, that means that Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin, 54% of all money in crypto is in Bitcoin right now. And should that roll over into altcoins, that's where we will see these altcoins run up. So keep an eye on the Bitcoin dominance chart. The other chart to keep an eye on is the Tether dominance chart, and the reason why is every time we have smacked this trend line that is ascending on the lower end, when we stay down here, that was the 2017 top. We bounced off, that was the 2019 mid-cycle top, the top before the COVID dump. When we stayed down here, that was that first Bitcoin top, the one I showed you right here. When we bounced off, that was the true top where we spiked down. What gives me hope right now is you see the RSI. This is on the weekly. Look how the RSI got oversold, and it took time to come up. Once it passed above 50, that's when we were selling off in Bitcoin. So I think this is the most bullish looking chart right here. And maybe by the time it gets near 50, that's when we'll see Bitcoin dominance come down as it has before to the low 40, mid 40 percentiles, somewhere in there. But for the Tether dominance, this has a lot of room. And I think that if rate cuts aren't going to come till something like July, then we may have a few months where things just go parabolic. That is what I'm looking for. Let's move on. Ethereum. Gosh, I talked for 8 minutes. I'm just setting the stage, trying to show you what to look for and why it matters, because all that does have an influence on these charts. Ethereum, would I be buying Ethereum here? No, I would not. I would not. We are at a yearly high. Things are going higher. Could you make profits off of it? Sure, but we haven't had buy signals since down here at the low 2000s or here at 1600. So if we measure from the prior high, and I'll try to get that as close as I can, from the prior high to low, what do our fibs show us? Look at that. We're smacking into the 786 fib, and that is around $4,019. That's where I'd look Ethereum to smack into next. And should we get into all-time highs, I'd look for Ethereum first to get to that 7,300 level, 7,345. And if it's going to go really higher, I think this is the best case scenario, 11,300. Now, Ethereum is at 4,000 right now. This is about-ish 3 times higher. Something to keep in mind with Ethereum is its market cap. A lot of people on YouTube ignore market cap. It drives me crazy because this is so important. Ethereum isn't just going to magically go to something like $500,000, and here's why. So its market cap is around 500 billion. We'll round the number. If it does about a 3x to this 2618 to around 12,000, that means Ethereum will be worth 1.5 trillion. That would make it, if you are to value it against the top stocks in the world, that would put it right up there at around the 4th highest, somewhere the 4th highest most valued stock in the world for Ethereum. Bitcoin's even higher than that. It's over $1 trillion. So something to keep in mind is that, should we get between this range, that's going to be a juicy time to sell. Guys, I've been through these last 2 bull runs. Bitcoin, Ethereum, they don't stay up there for long. And yes, we came back to it, But as we get into these orange and red zones, not financial advice, typically a good time to sell. So again, I don't know if this is a mid-cycle top. As Bitcoin dominance shows, we're not falling yet. We could be here or we could be here. It's one or the other. And the chart that has me most bullish is that tether dominance chart. So please be careful if you are chasing these markets. If you are excited about buying here, you should have been more excited about buying here. And if you weren't, I'm going to tell you right now, straight up, you probably shouldn't be investing or trading your hard-earned money, because it's a good way to get wrecked. It may spike up there, but then it comes down real hard too. So next, let's take a look at Doge. I try to encourage long-term patient investing, not trading per se, because then you have to watch the markets pretty much daily, sometimes by the hour, just to catch good prices. And I know we don't all have time for that. So as we take a look at Doge, we've seen that its top was here around 74 cents. 1618 is around $1.16, and the 2618 $1.85. So Doge, when it was up here at its prior all-time high, it was around 100 billion in market cap. Okay, so you do have to keep that in mind, that if we're going to double, do you believe Doge is worth 200 billion? Me personally, I do not. Now, a lot of altcoins last time, because I've been through two of these bull markets, the altcoins don't always go back to and pass its prior all-time highs. There are many altcoins that only come up about, they'll go to the 618 or 786 portion. And so they'll come up about that percent, 60 to 80%, maybe, and then sell off. So do keep that in mind. Cryptos do not have to go to their prior all-time highs or above it. And if we take a look here, we have not had a buy signal since down here, and we've ran up quite a bit. So I do think you're chasing here. Again, if you are new, I am not encouraging you to put in your hard-earned money right now. Could this go 5x from here? Sure, it could. However, you'd be a lot smarter to be patient and checking 5 to 10 cryptos or 5 to 10 stocks every week for 10 minutes than you would be to just unloading and aping and YOLOing in right now. That's degeneracy. I don't encourage it. It's a good way to lose your money. Link. So Link, from its prior top here not too long ago of where it got to 21, came down a little bit, tested this lower fib that it established. Let's get rid of this. So, and let's take a look at macro bullish scenario. Well, here, since we're here anyways, we most recently had a buy signal here when we were around the $15 range. So if you caught any of these $17 ranges, I don't think that's the worst. If you believe in Link, I believe in Link long term. I think it's a very strong altcoin, one of the best. I even like it more than Solana. So this would be an altcoin where if you bought and held onto it after the peak, I could see this altcoin doing well into the future. You would have to ignore the giant dumps or the recession, but again, that could create future opportunities to buy in. What do we notice here? We got above that 236 on the macro high to low, and should we get extremely bullish, we have 82 up there, 130, 179, 208. I've seen a lot of predictions on YouTube calling around Link to go to $200, and that's probably why. Again, an important thing to keep in mind is its market cap. So as we go to coin market cap and we look for Link, where are you, Link? So right here you can see its market cap is 11 billion. So should you believe that Link will go to, here we go, that it'll go to 200. 200 divided by 20, its price now, is 10. That means you believe that we can go from 11 billion to 110 or 120 billion dollar market cap. That's how we read market cap here. The prices are not all equal. You can see Tron, its price is way lower, and yet its market cap is pretty much the same. So don't just believe all the hype that you see on Twitter, X, and YouTube, people calling for $10,000 XRP, which is completely stupid. you would have to take 10,000 divided by 62 cents and that number multiply it times its market cap. And what would that make XRP? Worth 500 trillion. Completely stupid and dumb. Do not listen to that. Okay, so Link, I don't think it's the worst time to dollar cost average in where it's at. And if you believe in Link, if you like it, you believe in it, you've done your research, sure, why not? Link looks good. Let's go on to AVAX. I'll try to move quicker here. So AVAX had this top here in December. It's been coming back up. We had a buy signal, which isn't too different in price. So again, not far off from where we had a recent buy signal. Sure, it's just a few dollars cheaper. I don't think that's too bad. And in the most bullish scenarios, should we get to, you know, that 120 to 150,000 Bitcoin, and you believe this thing is going to do great, you'd look for $229 AVAX and then from these fibs. So if you're looking at how I'm getting these numbers, go to TradingView, start your own TradingView site, throw on a fib, measure from the high to the low, and then as you scroll down here, you'll see where those price targets are. Okay, and the indicator I'm using for buying and selling, it's this right here, 1020 MA crossover with Heikin-Ashi signals. This tends to be more of a leading buy-sell signal indicator. UT bot alerts, if you want to be more patient and not get faked out by bear and bull traps, UT bot alerts tends to be more of a lagging indicator where that one's great for stocks. You can throw the charts on the weekly or the monthly, wait till that one's confirmed, and then dollar cost average in. So next, let's take a look at XRP. And guys, I do not hate XRP. I hate the stupid predictions. XRP not looking too impressive. So XRP, it reminds me a little bit of the Bitcoin Cash chart because Bitcoin Cash had a top last July within the last year, and then recently it's gone up since. So we recently had a buy signal here around 53 cents. We had a buy signal up here around 62 cents, which look, that's where we are, and we're creating higher lows. That looks pretty bullish. However, here you take a look at the relative strength index, and what do you see it doing? Trending down. What's price doing? Trending down. So that is bearish long term. But again, if Bitcoin's getting into and staying in all-time highs, pretty much all the popular altcoins are going to run. Most of them will. Some won't. There's always a surprise each and every cycle as far as what's new, what's doing well, what isn't. Let's get rid of this fib here. So in the most bullish of scenarios, again, a lot of altcoins, they might only get up to the 618, $1.30 to $1.60 to 786 and end there. But should this one really start aping up, then you can take a look at $3 or $4.65 XRP, 631, 735. I think $5 to $10 would be the most bullish of scenarios for XRP. And again, let's take a look at the market cap because that's what matters. Where's XRP right now? It's at 62 cents. So $5 to $10, that's easy. We can multiply this times 10. That puts us at $6.20. We also have to multiply this market cap by 10. That would make XRP worth $340 billion. So if you believe XRP could momentarily be worth $340 billion, then sure, it could do a 10x. But of course, do your own research. Next, let's take a look at Solana. Okay. I want to go to the one where I've drawn prior fibs. Here we go. Look at all this mess. Let's get rid of that junk. So Solana, it's going into new yearly highs. We most recently had a buy signal, that little green dot here around 92. We're stretched out a bit from there. So I would not recommend buying it now. As you can see, we've already gone up 60% in a very short period of time. Since, what does that say? Well, we have that number down here. That's blocking it. So since January. Guys, top stocks in the world can take a year or two to go up 60%. So that's why I'm trying to get you to be cautious and not just chase the hype, the pump, the greed. It's a good way to be. Hedge fund managers exit liquidity, and all your hard-earned money is going to go into buy the steering wheel for his yacht. So don't do that. Solana, one of the top picks for altcoins this cycle. People have been talking about $1,000 Solana when we have the fibs, and if we were to go to the 3618 or 4236, you can see there 921 to 1077. Should it get that high? So that's about a 10x from where we are right now, maybe closer to a 9x. And let's just take a look at that. So Solana 148. Okay, if we were, I see videos saying $1,000 Solana, $1,000 Solana. So if I take 1,000 divided by 149, that is 6.7. That means we would have to multiply the market cap here, 60, we'll just say 66 billion by 6.7. That would mean Solana would be worth $443 billion if it were to get to 1,000. People are saying $1,000 Solana. That means its market cap, which matters the most here, would be at 442 billion. So that would be, my opinion, mega bull highest scenario if it were to get in 1,000. If it's within this fib range, I'm definitely looking at selling if I have accumulated any Solana down here. That's just me. Next, let's take a look at Cardano. So let's do this one first because I know it shows the prior peaks here. It's going to show market cap, but something important to note here. Look at the market cap on the right, 36 billion, 97 billion. It did about a 3x, okay? So a lot of the altcoins have been around for a while. There's diminishing returns each time. And what I mean by that is if we had a 3x here from the top to the top, then maybe this time it's only a 1.5x. So that would be Cardano getting to somewhere around 450. I've already drawn a prior macro fib. That's, funny enough, near the 1618, around 490. Okay, so if we take that number, 489 divided by 0.72, that's about a 6.8. Again, so with Cardano, we would have to multiply it times 6.8 times, I'll just do 26 billion. That would be $177 billion Cardano. So to me, that's the most bullish outlook. Should it get there? Guys, I'm not saying it has to get there. Like I said before, many altcoins from the past might only get up to the 618 or 786 at best, or even the 0.5, which is around $1.66, if you can't see that. So it's possible you might only get a 2x here. We did recently have a buy signal around 50 cents, and it's gone up to 75 cents. So not too far stretched out, but I would not be buying Cardano here. Let's move on real quick for the last ones. MATIC. So MATIC here, let's get rid of that. We had a buy signal here around 80. It's gone up a bit. And if we draw a fib from that high to that low, where could we be looking at for MATIC? Somewhere, and guys, you can do the market cap calculations like I showed you. So 454, 715, so 4x, 7x. Decent returns, pretty good. But again, you have to be ready to sell more so with crypto than you would with stocks. That's next. Let's take a look at DOT. So DOT, let's get rid of these fibs. Most recently had a buy signal here around 70. So we've gone up about 30-ish%. RSI is trending up. And for DOT, I'm just trying to show you most possible bullish scenarios. Again, it might get stopped down here, only do a 3 or 4x, or it might come up here, do an 8, 9x, or a 13x up here. So you could say 87 to 139 as price targets. Again, would I buy right now? No. I like to buy weekly and monthly buy signals, and first and foremost, do my research. Make sure it is something I like and believe in. Do not just buy. I'm looking at you right now. The person who's watching is new to crypto. Do not just buy the new exciting thing that some person's talking about on YouTube or X because they're saying some unbelievable number. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. ICP. So where do we draw the top of ICP? Do we draw it up here? Kind of where that first sell dot is? Because up here, I mean, that's a ridiculous number right here. So we have this number. You can see it on the very far right. 28 40. And if we divide that by where it is now, 14.7, that's 42,000 times higher. Here's why I struggle with that number on ICP. So here it is. So that'd be times 6.7 billion. That would mean ICP would be worth, oh God, a lot of money. That would mean it'd be worth 280 trillion. Am I seeing that right? Yeah, I believe that I'm seeing that right. So obviously that's not going to happen. I don't buy into that number up there. So sometimes when you have charts that look like this and you're trying to draw fibs, maybe you take it and look from where we at least know there was some structure, and we could take a look at that. So 1618 around 140, look at that. That'd be around a 10x. ICP, out of all the altcoins we looked at in the top, look, we are right at recent buy signals. So did I draw this fib right? Why is this way down here? Oh, it's because I drug it down. So 137, yeah, around a 9x. Okay. So ICP, recent buy signal here. Maybe you wouldn't be chasing as much and getting more decent value. But again, if you're buying it now, then you believe Bitcoin from where it is right now, Bitcoin, come on, click. Then you believe Bitcoin is not going to bounce off its new all-time high near the halving, like it has sold off real big in the halvings before. Okay, no guarantees. I've shown you bullish and bearish narratives. I try not to predict. Good way to look like an idiot. Just try to show you the charts. But you would believe that Bitcoin is going up and going to have an early top, something like 120, 160,000. So that's all I got for the top coins available on Coinbase. Be safe, be smart. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.